lonely. I am always by myself. I meet people every day. I smile at them. I say hello. I am nice to them. I want to have a friend. But I have no friends. What is wrong with me? I am polite. I am friendly. I am nice. I am kind. Why don't people like me? All I want is one friend. Everyone has one friend. I always see people with their friends. They laugh with each other. They have fun with each other. They do things with each other. What about me? I am by myself. I watch TV by myself. I go to movies by myself. I go to restaurants by myself. I go to the park by myself. I told my mother that I am lonely. She said it is my fault. Why? I asked. She said, because you never ask anyone to be with you. My mom is right. I never ask people to be with me. I am afraid they will say no. Life is great. I am happy. I have many friends. I have a large family. I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. I am in the middle. 4 brothers are older than me. 4 sisters are younger than me. I go to school. I am in the 6th grade. I like my teachers. My teachers like me. I have friends in every class. My favorite class is history. I like to read about history. History is a story about our past. Soon we will all be history. Then kids in school will read about us. I hope they like our stories. My best friend is Bobby. Bobby and I do many things together. We swim together. We play basketball together. We ride our bikes together. I have many other friends. We all go to the mall on weekends. We go to movies. We go to restaurants. We tell jokes. We laugh. We have fun. Life is great. At the bus stop. He looked at his watch. It was time for the bus. Where was the bus? He was at the bus stop. He stood up. He looked down the street. No bus. He looked up the street. No bus. Where in the world was the bus? It was time for the bus to arrive. He sat down on the bench. It was getting cold. The wind was blowing. He didn't have a jacket. He was wearing shorts. He was wearing flip-flops. His head was cold. His arms were cold. His legs were cold. His feet were cold. His toes were cold. His toes were turning blue. Where was the bus? He stood up again. He looked down the street. He saw the bus. It was coming. In a minute he would be on the warm bus. In a minute his nose would be warm. His hands would be warm. His whole body would be warm. How nice! The bus arrived. But it didn't stop. It kept going. It was the wrong bus. He looked at his watch again. Where was the bus? A good meal. The children were hungry. They looked out the window. Where was their mother? She walked into the house. The children ran over to her. Mama, we're so hungry, they both said. She said lunch was coming. She walked into the kitchen. She opened a can of chicken soup. She poured the soup into a pot. She added water. She put the pot on the stove. She made 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. She sliced an apple. The soup was hot. She poured it into 2 bowls. She put the sandwiches on 2 plates. She put apple slices on each plate. She put the bowls and plates on the table. The children ran to the table. Thank you, Mommy, they said. Then they started eating. The cat and the dog watched them eat. Tell the truth. She was angry. She was angry at her husband. He lied to her. He lied many times. She was tired of his lies. She said enough was enough. She took off her ring. She dropped it into the toilet. She flushed the toilet. She got into her car. She got on the freeway. She drove the car fast. She was crying. She was very sad. She drove the car faster. She passed many cars. The speed limit was 60 miles per hour. She was going 80 miles per hour. A cop saw her. The cop chased her. The cop turned on his red light. He turned on his siren. She heard the cop car. She saw the flashing light. She drove faster. Now she was going 90 miles per hour. The cop drove faster. It started to rain. She didn't slow down. She lost control. The car rolled over. It rolled over and over. She died before it came to a stop. Birds and a baby. The baby was lying on her back. A blue bird flew in through the window. The blue bird had blue eyes. It sat on the baby's crib. The bird had a bell around its neck. The bell rang. The baby smiled. The baby reached for the bell. The bird shook its head. The bell fell off the bird's neck. It fell next to the baby. The baby picked up the bell. The baby rang the bell. Another blue bird flew in through the window. This blue bird also had blue eyes. The baby had brown eyes. The birds looked at the baby. The baby looked at the birds. The baby rang the bell again. Both birds flew away. The baby started to cry. His mama came into the room. The baby smiled. Mama saw the bell. She asked the baby where the bell came from. The baby pointed at the window. Boys will be boys. The 2 brothers loved each other. But sometimes they argued with each other. Sometimes they yelled at each other. Sometimes they pushed each other. Sometimes they hit each other. Sometimes they got into a fight with each other. Bobby was the older brother. Billy was the younger brother. Bobby was older than Billy. Billy was younger than Bobby. Bobby climbed into a tree. His kite was in the tree. He could not reach his kite. He fell out of the tree. Billy laughed. He laughed when he saw Bobby fall to the ground. Bobby was not hurt, but he was angry. "Why are you laughing?" he asked Billy. "That was funny," Billy said. Bobby said it wasn't funny. Billy said it was funny. Bobby pushed Billy. Billy pushed Bobby. Bobby punched Billy in the stomach. Billy punched Bobby in the stomach. They put their arms around each other. They wrestled on the ground. They rolled around and around. Their mom came outside. "What are you two doing?" she asked. She separated them. She said, "You shouldn't hit each other. That's not nice. Wait till your father gets home." She sent them to their rooms. Farm animals. The chicken and the duck were friends. They lived on a farm. They walked around together. They swam in the pond together. They talked about many things. They talked about the cat. They thought the cat was tricky. They thought the cat was dangerous. The cat looked at them a lot. They didn't trust the cat. "We must always keep our eyes open when the cat is around," they both agreed. They talked about the dog. The dog was very friendly. The dog wanted to play. The dog had lots of energy. It barked a lot. It ran around a lot. They both liked the dog. They talked about the farmer. The farmer brought them food. The farmer took care of them. The farmer took care of all the animals. He fed the cow. He fed the pig. He fed the goat. He fed the sheep. He fed the rabbit. They liked the farmer. He took good care of everyone. He was a nice man. "Farmers are good," said the chicken. "We need farmers," said the duck. The baby bear. The baby bear followed his mama. Mama bear walked through the woods. She was looking for berries to eat. She found some blackberries. She started eating them. The baby started eating them, too. They ate all the berries. Baby bear was full. Mama bear was still hungry. She started walking again. She wanted to find more berries to eat. Baby bear lay down. He was full. He wanted to take a nap. But Mama bear came back. She growled at baby bear. He understood Mama's growl. When Mama growled, he obeyed. He got up and followed his mama. Someday he would take a nap after a meal. A squirrel ran up a tree with a nut. It dropped the nut and ran back down to the ground. It picked up the nut and looked at baby bear. Then it ran back up the tree. Baby bear did not like nuts. They were too hard to open. "I have no friend. I am lonely." I am always by myself. I meet people every day. I smile at them. I say hello. I am nice to them. I want to have a friend. But I have no friends. What is wrong with me? I am polite. I am friendly. I am nice. I am kind. Why don't people like me? All I want is one friend. Everyone has one friend. I always see people with their friends. They laugh with each other. They have fun with each other. They do things with each other. What about me? I am by myself. I watch TV by myself. I go to movies by myself. I go to restaurants by myself. I go to the park by myself. I told my mother that I am lonely. She said it is my fault. Why? I asked. She said, because you never ask anyone to be with you. My mom is right. I never ask people to be with me. I am afraid they will say no. New shoes. She is young. Her shoes are old. She wears them to work. She goes to work 5 days a week. She loves her work. She is a waitress. She works at a restaurant. The restaurant is near her home. She walks to the restaurant. She stands up all day long. She is young and strong. But her shoes are not. They are old. She saw an ad in the paper. All shoes were on sale at the shoe store. She walked into the store. She looked around. She saw some black shoes. They looked good. She tried them on. They were very comfortable. They felt good. They were only $25. She paid cash. She wore them home. She felt good. She was ready for work the next day. Birds and a baby. The baby was lying on her back. A blue bird flew in through the window. The blue bird had blue eyes. It sat on the baby's crib. The bird had a bell around its neck. The bell rang. The baby smiled. The baby reached for the bell. The bird shook its head. The bell fell off the bird's neck. It fell next to the baby. The baby picked up the bell. The baby rang the bell. Another blue bird flew in through the window. This blue bird also had blue eyes. The baby had brown eyes. The birds looked at the baby. The baby looked at the birds. The baby rang the bell again. Both birds flew away. The baby started to cry. His mama came into the room. The baby smiled. Mama saw the bell. She asked the baby where the bell came from. The baby pointed at the window. Today's mail. The mailman put the mail in the mailbox. Dad went outside. He said hello to the mailman. The mailman said hello. Dad opened the mailbox and took out a magazine and 2 letters. One letter was from his sister. The other letter was from his brother. The magazine was for his wife. It was a garden magazine. His wife liked to work in the garden. She grew flowers and vegetables in the garden. Dad went back into the house. He opened both letters. His sister invited him to a birthday party. His brother invited him to a wedding. Dad enjoyed reading the letters. He enjoyed getting the invitations. He picked up the phone. He left a message for his sister. He would come to the birthday party. He also called his brother. He said he would come to the wedding. Things to do. He has a list of things to do. He has to go to the bank. He needs some cash. He needs to get some cash from the ATM at the bank. He has only $10 in his wallet. Then he has to go to the post office. He needs stamps. He has to buy a book of stamps. There are 20 stamps in each book. A book costs $8.40. Then he needs to go to DMV. He needs to get a new driver's license. His old license will expire in a month. He needs to get a new photo, too. Finally, he needs to go to Best Buy. His girlfriend wants the DVD of Season 4 of The Lost. She loves that TV show. It's about people who are on an island. Their plane crashed onto the island. It is a strange island. It has strange animals and strange people. It has black smoke that chases people and kills them. Everything that happens is a big surprise. It is a crazy TV show. People are poor. People are standing in long lines all over America. The long lines are unemployment lines. Unemployment lines are for people who have no jobs. Millions of Americans have no jobs. They used to have jobs. But they got laid off. They got laid off because of the recession. The recession is in America. The recession is in China. The recession is in Europe. The recession is all over the world. What's a recession? A recession is a time when people have only a little money. They don't buy new things. If they don't buy new things, factories stop making new things. Factories lay off the workers. In a recession, people buy only necessary things, like food. They don't buy new TVs, new cars, or new homes. They don't buy new shoes. They take their old shoes to the shoe repair shop. They don't go to expensive restaurants. They go to fast food restaurants. They don't go to the movies. They watch TV. They don't go to Disneyland. They go to city parks. Everyone hopes the recession will end soon. I want to swim. When will you teach me how to swim? She asked. I am afraid of drowning. I am afraid of deep water. I am afraid of going on boats. I am afraid of flying in planes over the ocean. I want to learn how to swim. You don't need to learn how to swim, her husband said. All you need to learn is how to float. Floating is so easy. It's especially easy for women. Because women have more fat than men. Let me give you a quick lesson. To float, lie on your back. Look up at the sky. Spread your arms and legs. Breathe normally. That's it. Yes, that sounds easy, she said. But I want to learn how to swim. Swimming is good exercise. Swimming will help me lose weight. Floating will not help me lose weight. If I float for a day, I won't lose any weight at all. Okay, he said. I will teach you how to swim this weekend. It will take only a couple of hours. By Saturday night you will be able to swim like a fish. Do the laundry. He took the sheet off the mattress. He took the pillowcase off the pillow. He took the towel off the towel bar. He put the sheet, pillowcase, and towel into the plastic laundry basket. He put his socks into the basket. He put his pants and shirts into the basket. He put his underwear and pajamas into the basket. He put the container of laundry soap into the basket. He put some quarters into his pocket. He opened his apartment door and walked downstairs. He went into the laundry room. He poured some laundry soap into the bottom of the washer. He put his clothes into the washer. He closed the lid of the washer. He moved one dial on the washer to big load. He moved another dial to a hot. He put 6 quarters into the coin slot. He pushed the coin slot in. The machine started filling with hot water. He went back upstairs. He watched TV for 35 minutes. Fry an egg. She poured a little vegetable oil into the frying pan. Then she turned on the stove. She took an egg out of the refrigerator. She cracked the egg into a small bowl. She put the eggshells into the kitchen trash bag. She waited for the oil to get hot. She poured the raw egg into the pan. After about 2 minutes, she flipped the egg over and cooked it for another 2 minutes. She turned off the stove and took the fried egg out of the pan. She put the egg on a small plate. She sprinkled pepper and salt on the egg. She took a fork out of the kitchen drawer. She walked over to the dining room table. With her fork and plate, she tasted the egg. It was delicious.
If you find our videos useful, please subscribe now. Like our videos and share them with your friends and families.